your professional development. The career-enhancing value of PMI certification is something we will look at shortly. But for now, it's worth mentioning that if you've applied for a certification, your My PMI dashboard will let you know your application status. One of the most impactful benefits of becoming a PMI member is that you are now connected to the knowledge, experience, and ideas of more than 600,000 other members just like yourself. The door is now open to you to engage with your fellow members in a myriad of ways, both locally and globally. One of the best ways to start networking and building contacts is to locate, join, and become involved with your local chapter. PMI has over 300 chapters globally, and there are many opportunities for you and your professional development when you become involved. Attend chapter meetups where you'll be able to connect with your peers, make new contacts, take advantage of PDU opportunities, and receive guidance from other certified, experienced project managers who can offer knowledge and advice to new members. Engage with other like-minded project managers who understand local considerations and can help you find solutions to issues you may be facing. By building a local network and gaining insider connections at companies in your area, you will have access to the inside track on any relevant opportunities that may be coming up. Become part of an inner circle of local project managers and make connections with people in your area who are driving the field of project management forward, from those just starting out to those at the top of their careers. Enjoy exclusive local chapter events and seminars, such as special guest talks, where you can learn how to approach new challenges from people who have faced similar obstacles in the past. To find your local chapter, visit the membership section of pmi.org and navigate to the local chapters page. Once logged in, you'll see a suggested nearby chapter to join, which will be recommended based on your current IP address. It's a move that could have far-reaching positive benefits in both your professional and personal life.
And day out, the world's technology is rapidly changing, and how business is done changes too. The help of a reliable ICT solutions partner makes it possible for you to stay geared. Lande Mutande is a partner that powers you virtually anywhere, a partner that opens new possibilities. With over 20 years of experience, Lande Mutande has a team of experts that are ready to provide you with high-speed connectivity, customized cloud solutions, cybersecurity solutions, and smart solutions through the Internet of Things. Lande Mutande is your one-stop shop for hardware, software, and ICT training. When you think Lande Mutande, you are guaranteed of reliability. We always adapt and innovate to provide you with services that enable you to always put your best foot forward. Lande Mutande, your reliable ICT solutions partner.
A data center is a physical facility that organizations use to house their critical applications and data. At Lande Mutande, we term this an essential infrastructure. As drivers of ICT innovation, Lande Mutande runs the largest independent Tier 3 data center in Zimbabwe. To ensure that your organization's assets are safe, our state-of-the-art data center has multi-layered, impenetrable layers of security. This is backed up by biometric entry coupled by smart CCTV systems which remotely monitor every movement within the facility. The data center, which is operational 24/7, 365, has been uniquely built with a fire and gas suppression system to mitigate the risk of fires through early detection and automated chemical extinguishers. As our data center is a Tier 3 facility, we guarantee 100% uptime through redundant power, cooling, and connectivity. Your data is also backed up and replicated.
Imagine getting free access to the Newsday, The Standard, The Zimbabwe Independent, and the Weekly Digest for a full month. Well, you can. and all you need to do is download the Newsday e-reader app on Google Play Store or scan the Newsday QR code in any of the AMH print publications and start enjoying the quality content. Usasaririrewe, famba ne time, famba ne chokwadi, famba ne e-paper. Imagine getting free access to the Newsday, the Standard, the Zimbabwe Independent, and the Weekly Digest for a full month. Well, you can, and all you need to do is download the Newsday e-reader app on Google Play Store or scan the Newsday QR code in any of the AMH print publications and start enjoying the quality content. Usasaririrewe, famba ne time, famba ne chokwadi, famba ne e-paper.
More and more amazing moments of learning, but just a quick word of acknowledgement to all our wonderful sponsors who have made this day possible. And we start with Dandemtande. Dandemtande is the guys who hosted us for dinner the first day, and quite refreshing to hear some of the packages that they have which can support our local businesses in terms of cloud computing. And I think we had all of that yesterday, that even our local banks can find comfort in the fact that their data is safe and it's within the jurisdiction. So a round of applause for Dandemtande there. And Nedbank as well, thanks so much for coming through. I gave away some of your freebies to the people who came first in the auditorium. So there are always benefits of coming first. And Willdale, for the breaks that they are going to give to each and every one of us before we leave. And Cassava Smart Tech, lovely presentation from my good friend Eugene yesterday on leadership. And I think many of us, we got some takeaway points there. And not to forget one of their own, EcoCash, one of my favorites. So this guy was asking this lady, are you on Instagram? She says no. Are you on Facebook? She says no. And the guy says, why are you? And I say, I'm on EcoCash. So you guys, EcoCash guys, you are making things happen in town. We just want to do a quick shout out to EcoCash. And thanks so much for coming through and supporting this. So I want to challenge everyone next year when we're doing this again. I hear we're flying to Victoria Falls next year. So we want more and more people who are sponsoring and also making these events a success. And Sejil, thanks so much as well for coming through. We can see you there. And Ideal Solutions, we also have got some very nice giveaways from Ideal Solutions. They are saying we have to give away before we leave. So lots and lots of prizes. So without much further ado, I want us to open today's program by inviting the man himself. He's going to speak to us about the value of project management in a changing world, the value of project management in a changing world. Ladies and gentlemen, the man I'm about to invite needs no introduction. We managed to hear him yesterday, and he's our president of the Zimbabwean chapter, Mr. Flavius Coffey. Let's give it up for Mr. Flavius Coffey as he's coming through to deliver his presentation. And let's remember to hashtag on Twitter, and let's make this event go viral. And welcome again to all our virtual audience, which is connected from all over the world. You'll really enjoy this. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good. I hope you all had a restful night and you are ready for us to close the conference. So like it has been mentioned, we had a wonderful day yesterday, a lot of learning. In fact, like I mentioned yesterday, the day was for the project practitioner. You learned a lot, or we learned a lot from the talent triangle, as has been mentioned. So, and obviously yesterday we went a little bit deep into Kanban and you know, Scrum and all other things. Yeah. So today we will probably tone it down a little bit. Why? Remember, our mission is to promote the profession by empowering the project practitioner to deliver value for the Zimbabwean economy. So one way that we promote the profession is by getting the profession known, by engaging the stakeholders. So today is basically Stakeholders Day. We will have obviously something to learn as project managers. There's always learning to do, but we also want to speak to the members of public, we want to speak to the organization leaders, we want to speak to the government, we want to speak to students, we want to speak to every Zimbabwean today, and in a way show them the value of the profession of project management. We want to demystify the profession in a way so that they get to understand, they get to appreciate, and they get to support our profession of project management. So let's start there. If someone would ask you, what do you do as a project manager? What would you say? What is project management? What is a project manager? You cannot say a project manager is a person who manages projects. That's definitely not a definition. Be careful not to say a project manager manages projects to complete them in time, according to schedule and according to scope, because a lot of professionals are able to do that. A lot of people are able to do that. So that would not be a very good definition. And also remember, almost everyone works on projects. The housewife at home is working on some projects. Everyone in the community is working on some projects. But does that make them project managers? If you can play a little bit of music, if you can play a little bit of a drum, does it make you a musician? Does it make you a musician? The fact that you are able to pick up a guitar and maybe do some few strings and so forth. So what really is a project management and what is a project manager? So when you look at project management, it has always been there. It's not a new concept or a new phenomenon. When we can go back to the time even when they made the Great Zimbabwe Ruins there, that's a project which was done many years ago. That is a project, and which brings us to the point where we want to define a project. Remember I said we were speaking to others who are not project managers, so don't be bothered if I take you down to the basics. So a project is a temporary effort to create value through a unique product, service, or result. So like in that case, it was a temporary effort because they are no longer building the Great Zimbabwe Ruins. They started, they finished, it was done, it was completed. They came out with something unique, the Great Zimbabwe Ruins, which is a wonder in itself. So that is a project, and we've got projects all around us in our lives. So what is a project manager? A project manager is a person who either professionally or by circumstance is asked to ensure that a project still meets its goals. There are many ways to define these things, but I like that one more. It makes a lot of sense to me. So there are two types of project managers. There are those who are professional and there are those who are by circumstance. I know a colleague who likes to call them accidental project managers. So there are people in a workplace who are just asked to say, can you run with this project? Can you manage this project? And they end up calling themselves project managers. Yes, they are, but they are just project managers by circumstance, not exactly accidental. I mentioned that even the housewife at home is a project manager, but obviously she's not accidental. It is by circumstance. Okay. Yes. So in the end, is to ensure that the team meets the goals. So project management now is about using specific knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques. Yeah. So the project manager by circumstance will most likely not have the specific knowledge. we will not be aware of the skills, the tools and techniques. You may or may not be able to deliver something, we don't know, but we definitely know that that is not equipped. No knowledge, no skills, no techniques. So that's where project management comes in. The embracing of that knowledge and the skills, and of course, according to our theme, also embracing an agile mindset. So this is just the basics for project management. So we are saying that what is the value of project management in a changing world? When we think of the world itself changing, we think of the fourth industrial revolution, also called 4IR or Industry 4.0. It's defined in many ways, but I would say that it is the current and developing environment in which disruptive technologies and trends are changing the way we live, changing the way we work, and changing the way we relate to one another. So these emerging technologies, where you can think of robotics and automation, there are quite a number of them: blockchain, big data analytics, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, internet of things. And you see that when you look at it in another way, it's about the meeting of the visual space with the physical space. That is basically the concept of this fourth industrial revolution. It's about technology taking over. So this technological paradigm shift is got some uncertain consequences. There are good things about it. There are probably bad things about it. And it's disrupting everything, disrupting many spheres of our lives. And most significantly, it's disrupting the way that we work. Labor has been disrupted, production has been disrupted, which brings to now the need for a certain skill set. A certain skill set that allows one to adapt to the needs of the organization, especially here in Africa. We really need to adapt. We really need to move quickly. We really need to catch up, in fact, with the rest of the world, because some of these things that we are mentioning here, we just see them in ways there. We were even yet to experience them, some here in Africa. But these things have been around for a while in the developing world. So that kind of an agile mindset and specific skills are actually required. So you see that things like in production, repetitive work is being replaced or being now done by machines, by robots, is being automated. So we shall find that industries no longer need people who can do some of these simple, repetitive tasks. They are actually now being done by robots or by softwares and so forth. And of course, that leads to loss of jobs in a way. But at the same time, it creates new products and services. And when those new products and services are created, there is definitely a need for some kind of skills. So these forces that are coming with the Industrial Revolution are leading to rapid technological advances, digital transformation, shifting global product and labor markets, and of course the issue of sustainable development. Think of the climate change issues. Recently there was the COP26. We have to think about the climate, we have to think about other sustainable development issues, how we can bring a societal value, as well as also take care of the environment. Then of course, we've got the gig economy, which is also emerging. The gig economy is very interesting. The gig economy is about a sort of a generational shift. You know, our fathers and forefathers used to work 30 years, 40 years, their lifetime in one single company or for one single employer. But these days, it's no longer the case. We have got the gig economy where people are interested in short-term contracts or freelance work. Most of the people, they don't want to stay in a permanent job for a long time, especially in developing countries. We've got examples like graphic designers, software developers, digital marketers. All these are just interested in what they call gigs. They just go to a company, have their gig, they get paid, and move on. So all these things are happening around us. Things are really changing. So where does that leave project management? In all this, does project management still have a value? Is the investment that is put in project management really worth it? Yes, it is. Project management is a driver and an enabler of the economy, of course. So as a project manager, you see that just meeting the expectations of time, scope, and cost is no longer enough. It's definitely not enough. Like I've mentioned, a lot of people are able to do that. They're able to deliver in time, scope, and cost. What is needed now is more than that. The world is changing. We're moving at a fast pace, and the demands are increasing. So we need people who are able to successfully translate the company's vision into reality. These are the kind of people that are needed, and project management is considered as an indispensable driver and enabler of that successful translation. With project management or with project managers, there is that alignment, that bridging the gap between strategy and the delivery. Project managers are really able to do that, to see that this is the strategy or the vision of the company, and to be able to make things happen as it will, so that it doesn't just end with the design or with the strategy, but with the delivery. The fourth industrial revolution has also brought many changes, which is cause for a need for organizational transformation, and that change is driven by project managers. So already you see that's where the whole action is. The action is with project management. That is where things happen. That is where the delivery is actually. May I go back, please? That is where we have the delivery. But go back again. Yes. Okay. Good. So in a way, we can also define a project manager as one who turns ideas into reality. Project management is about turning those ideas that are maybe made or conceived at a high level, and they need to be turned into reality. You see that, for example, in this COVID-19 pandemic, we have actually seen a great need, or the greatest need for this project management skill, and for other related skill sets, like we saw on the talent triangle. Those skills are really needed to drive the change and the innovations that are actually required in this pandemic. So when we talk of turning ideas into reality, it brings us to the issue of the project economy. The project economy. So you see, everything is about the economy at the end of the day. The mission is to empower the project practitioner to deliver value to the Zimbabwean economy. And here we are talking about the project economy. So this term, project economy, was actually coined by the Project Management Institute. And basically, the definition is that it is one in which people have the skills and capabilities they need to turn ideas into reality. It is where organizations deliver value to stakeholders through successful completion of projects, delivery of products, and alignment of value streams. And all these should deliver financial and societal value. So the changing nature of work due to technology, like we've mentioned, and also due to globalization and other factors, has meant that all work is becoming projectized. All work is being organized around smaller projects or even bigger projects, where teams are brought together, people from various departments are being brought together to work on projects. And needed skills are being brought in to work in teams that can deliver projects. Even the government, they can only deliver their mandate to the citizens by way of projects. In other words, we say, especially in Africa, governments rule by the way of projects. Without projects, there is nothing. So we are living in a project economy where projects are the driving force for work, for change, and also for delivering value. And worldwide, because of this project economy, what has been proved now is that project management is a recognized and strategic organizational competence. That is the situation in the world, and that is what we want it to be even in the country. So like I was mentioning about the issue of projects, so as you can see on the chart there, we used to have a lot of operations, business being run, things were stable. Things were calm and stable, but as we are moving, the operations are going down and the projects are actually increasing to meet the demands of the changes that we are facing. Sunil there said that people in an organization should be able to be well versed in project management disciplines and the ability to execute, because they are going to be called upon to do that. Moving from project to project to project. That's exactly the reality that we are seeing even in our workplaces today. We are moving from project to project because things are just coming from all angles, from government regulations, from competition, customer demands, and so forth. So there's need for project management training and education, and obviously there is need for clear careers in project management. And Dr. Gondo said yesterday that we should be paid well. Yes, there's definitely a need for that as well, for project managers to be paid according to what they are bringing, because they are actually the drivers and the enablers of our economy. So to conclude, we are basically saying that everyone should learn project management. Everyone who wants to play a role in delivering value, whatever sector they are in, it doesn't matter in which sector you are in, they have to learn project management. That is the only way to deliver value to people. For example, a young student can learn project management, and that can help him say on a project, a science project at college there. A corporate executive needs to learn project management in order to handle organizational transformation. Health professionals, they will do better if they learn project management in dealing with this pandemic. See what has been happening in the last months, the waves of COVID-19, the vaccination issues, all those, they can be dealt better if health professionals embrace an agile mindset and also which are based on project management. In IT professionals can deliver innovative software in record time if they are equipped with the project management skills. Even at the passport office, they can do better if they learn project management. They will be able to improve their services and provide a better delivery to their customers. So project management is not just something that is glorified. Of course, yes, it's still underrated in our country, but we hope that sooner or later we realize the importance and value of project management. We hope that it won't be too late when we realize that we need project management skills to deliver value to our country. Thank you.
Imagine getting free access to the Newsday, The Standard, The Zimbabwe Independent, and the Weekly Digest for a full month. Well, you can, and all you need to do is download the Newsday e-reader app on Google Play Store or scan the Newsday QR code in any of the AMH print publications and start enjoying the quality content. Usasaririrewe, famba ne time, famba ne chokwadi, famba ne e-paper.
To invite my good friend Carl to come in to coordinate this particular point. Let's give me a round of applause.
Morning, everyone. Oh, is it better if I say Carl says? Carl says. All right, please just give us 2 minutes to set up. We'll have a panel discussion with the ladies in project management.
So in the interim whilst he's setting up, Mr. President, we want to honor our sponsors. So we just want to use this time so that we don't lose any time whilst we're doing the setting up. All right, so if you're a sponsor, you're not going back the same.
Imagine getting free access to the Newsday, the Standard, the Zimbabwe Independent, and the Weekly Digest for a full month. Well, you can. And all you need to do is download the Newsday e-reader app on Google Play Store or scan the Newsday QR code in any of the AMH print publications and start enjoying the quality content. Usasaririrewe, famba ne time, famba ne chokwadi, famba ne e-paper.
Save big on your motor vehicle insurance with Mover Pay As You Drive, your motor vehicle insurance that lets you pay the premiums you deserve according to your driving behavior, such as speed, acceleration, mileage, and braking. Here are some of the benefits you'll enjoy with Mover Pay As You Drive. Your premiums are based on your driving behavior. Should you be involved in an accident, the vehicle tracking device will immediately send a signal to Mover, and a Mars ambulance and a tow vehicle will be sent for help. If you're not hospitalized, Mover will get you free via instantly to take you home. In case your car is stolen, the data collection device installed in your car also works as a tracker. And what's more, the tracker comes for free without any monthly subscriptions. Register for Mover Pay As You Drive insurance today and get the premiums you deserve. Simply email underwriting@cassavasmarttech.co.zw or contact your broker. For more information, visit www.mover.co.zw. Mover, your cover on the go.
Our sponsors were here. So for this moment, we will start with Willdale. Representative from Willdale. Anyone from Willdale?
Yeah, let's continue giving a round of applause.
Just say one sentence.
I don't have anything much to say, but I would like to encourage you all, when you think of building your houses or any other construction, think Willdale Bricks.
I will bring a raffle or some sort.
Next time.
I'm feeling lucky today.
Where's the photographer?
Photographer? He's live streaming you today. Guys, where's the photographer? Yeah, but continue smiling. All right, thank you so much, Willdale, and hoping to see you next time again. And thank you for your support. All right, for now, I think it's Willdale. Then we're moving into the panel discussion. Carl, I think back to you.
Okay, may the project management ladies please come forward.
Goodness, someone did mention it. Somebody,
He's supposed to answer the canned question.
Can't buy.
We can forget.
No, I can't forget.
They say I'm picky, but that's just me. I like my things in a certain way. A way that mirrors who I am. If it's not just about right, I don't want it. If it doesn't suit my lifestyle, I don't want it either. Some may call it finicky.
Their experiences, what it has been like for them to be project managers in a male-dominated environment. So we find that, for the past century, it has brought so many changes. And we have seen so many positive changes as well in first world countries, in our developing countries. So from the worldwide, even suffragette movements, bringing the vote, and to cultural shifts that got women in positions of power when it comes to politics, IT, even project management. We've got Dr. Shelley Gondotu as empirical evidence for that. So we just want to discuss with the ladies that I'm flanked by. It's good to have you ladies. These ladies have demonstrated strong interpersonal skills. They have demonstrated grit. They have demonstrated ambition. And they've also demonstrated agility. So just for them to make it in a male-dominated, or should I say, traditionally male-dominated space in project management is a marvel, and we want to celebrate them. So let's just give the ladies a round of applause. Thank you. So I'm going to introduce the ladies. I'll start by Virginia. Please just raise up your hands so that everyone sees you. That's Virginia. So Virginia is called Virginia Gonye. She's a project coordinator with Rural Electrification Agency. Virginia has been with the power utility for the past 23 years. Yes. And she has been managing electrification and energy projects for 17 years. Yes. Then she's got an electrical power engineering background. Meet Virginia. Nice to have you, Virginia.
Thank you. Thank you. Morning, everyone.
Great. Then I'll move on to... Okay, just maybe pass on to the next. Sorry, Elaine. Next is Elaine Muchemwa. She's a project manager for Net1. And she manages the admin and estates projects for 2 years in project management, economics, PR, and marketing. That's her background. And Elaine has got 3 lovely daughters. Welcome, Elaine.
Thank you very much.
Next is Shodesai. Hi, Shodesai. So let me just introduce Shodesai. Shodesai is a software project manager at Cassava Smart Tech. Now EcoCash Holdings, yes? Okay, so she was formerly a software engineer, and she is PMP and ACP certified. Nice to meet you, Shodesai. Welcome. Thank you. Next is Kudzai. Kudzai is called, her full name is Kudzai J. Foroma. She's a financial advisor for tailor-made financial services. She's a former project administrator for Msingi Africa Construction Project Management. She is PMI's incoming VP and VP's Finance for 2022. Let's give her a round of applause for that. Welcome, Kudzai. Thank you. Next is Louise Quata. Louise is a Systems Development Project Manager at Cassava SmartTech, now trading as EcoCash Holdings. Louise is PMP and ACP certified, and also certified project master. She has been a project manager all of her life. Welcome, Louise. Good to have you.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Okay. You're last but no means the least. Okay, so next we have, Miriam. Miriam Charewa. Miriam Charewa is a project manager with Zimnet Insurance. She manages IT projects and has invested 5 years in project management field. Let's welcome Miriam.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Great. Now we can start our discussions. Since we have, we know our panelists and also we know their background, I'm just going to ask them a few questions and they're just going to delve into their experiences in project management. So in no order at all, ladies, I'm sure you're prepared. This is your turf. So please show us and demonstrate what you need us to know about project management. Okay, so first question is that, you know, there was a gender stereotype in project management, you know, dating back years ago. And the notion was that you need to have an engineering, IT background. But then I have been reading your profiles, ladies, and I know that Miriam and Louise, you guys don't have that engineering IT background at all. If you can, please, how have you managed and how are you here considering that you don't have that background and you have still managed to disrupt and dominate in your workspaces and thrive as women in project management? If I can start with you, Miriam, since you're already holding the mic.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So basically, you know, with this project management field, I'll start by addressing the first part of your question, where you are highlighting the fact that this field has been male-dominated, and us as ladies, how we've managed to be part of it and also excel in our projects. So one of the first things that I managed to do for myself was to own my career choice. So the moment that you accept that this is the career that you have chosen, then going forward, you know that everything that you're going to do, if you put your mind and energy to it, everything is going to be fine. And the other thing that I've also managed to do is to trust my skills. So just to tell myself that, you know, I'm here because I was chosen and there's someone who believes that I can do this. So trusting my skills has also then just helped me excel in delivering my projects, and also just having that good relationship with all my colleagues who are obviously IT and engineers and, you know, all those scary professions that we were made to believe that, you know, you can't cross that line if you don't have that profession. So for me, it's just been owning my career choice and also trusting my skills. And then coming to the idea that, you know, not having that background, IT background in engineering, one of the things that I've also managed to do for myself is to never stop learning. So the first step that I took was to be PMI certified. It has really helped me in maneuvering within the project management space. So you find that there's a lot of technical discussions that go on, but if you've certified, I'm sure people who have certified before will understand what I'm trying to say. To say some of the things that would be spoken about before you've certified, or before you know what really project management is. If after certifying, you then understand some of the concepts. And even for myself, even just attending webinars. I understand one of the days my sister was laughing at me. She was asking me why I was attending some AI webinar. She was saying, but this is Greek to you. This doesn't even apply to project management. Why are you in artificial intelligence webinars? But for me, I've always believed that even if I don't understand half of the things probably that they would be saying, but coming out of that session, like he was saying, even just one word from that session or one concept that I would have learned, for me that's very important. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if you don't have an IT or engineering background, you can't be a project manager. So this is all also to those guys who do not have engineering or IT background, but they also want to be project managers. Guys, you can do it as long as if you're willing to learn and also ask for help where you are stuck. I'm sure you can do it. So that's how I've managed to go about it. And I can say it's been a very beautiful journey so far. Thank you.
Thank you for that round of applause. Thank you so much for your contribution, Miriam. There were so many key nuggets that you spoke about. One of them being, just owning your career path. That assertiveness, that self-belief. That's one characteristic that we should just all embrace. When you set your path and you believe in it and you go for it. So then the other key nugget that you spoke about is continuous, career development, continuous learning development. So with that, I'm sure everyone else is encouraged, and we have taken a leaf from what she has said. Thank you so much for your contribution. If I may ask Louise to just weigh in on the question and how you have managed to disrupt and dominate in that space.
Okay, a very good morning, everyone. I think my experiences are the same as Miriam has previously alluded to. I was very fortunate enough that I got career guidance earlier on. My degree was in project management. I think back then, having a degree in project management was like unheard of. So I was very fortunate enough to get career guidance, to have a degree in project management. And my lecturer then, rather my supervisor, would always tell me that this profession is something to look out for, because people have been talking about it for years, but then no one really thinks it's a profession to be really proud of. But I think you should go with this degree and specialize in this project management. And to me, it is something great. I've never turned back. I really thank you very much for the support and the encouragement that he gave me. Then joining other companies, in my previous company, sometimes because you don't have an IT background, etc., sometimes people would undermine you because they don't think you know what you're doing, etc. But then I think, as previously alluded to by Miriam, that you continuously learn. I think at some point in project management, you learn a lot about leadership, strategic assessments, but these things probably in engineering, they don't learn that. I think at some point, everyone has to keep on learning and to reach a balance. So I always tell someone that if I don't know this, I'll continuously learn. You also have to learn and come to a balance at some point in time. Then I would say, for example, I don't have an IT background, But I was part of the team that managed the EcoCash Upgrade project. Very proud of it. You wouldn't think that someone who doesn't have an IT background was behind a very powerful project. But I thank God even for my employers. I've got a very good support system at Cassava. They support me very, very well. So I think having a very good support system and also being very hardworking and resilient, knowing what you're there for, being firm as a woman. I'm not saying being rude to ladies, because sometimes I feel sometimes as ladies, we feel that when we get in these environments, we have to be rude to be heard. I'm saying being firm and knowing what you stand for. So I think having the right management and the right bosses also has helped me having the right support system. So that's how I've maneuvered and be able to dominate in this industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that, Louise. I again picked up a few nuggets that you spoke about. You spoke about being undermined. You also then spoke about, having a support system. That's a really powerful statement when you're in a male-dominated environment. Then you find some people undermining you just because maybe you're the only one in that working space. But then when you have a strong support system, you can thrive. You can then grow. There's exponential growth. Who knows what you can achieve? She spoke about heading, being part of a strong project, right? So it's their support system. Then the other key nugget, ladies, was to strike a balance between being firm and being rude. So, that resilience, that firmness. We're not saying be tough. We're not saying in our gym and, pump up those ladies. Let's remain feminine. I'm sure the opposite sex appreciates, the lady just being as feminine as possible. But then also just striking a balance. You need to be firm, you need to be heard, but let's remain feminine. Thank you so much.
Yes. Just to add something, when I joined Cassava, I was the first IT manager. I was the first female manager within Cassava. And I remember going to get something, and someone says, "Are you in IT? Are you a manager?" Then I say, "Yes." And I was like, "Oh, okay, aren't you supposed to be in marketing or something?" And I say, "Why do you say I should be in marketing?" Because that's for ladies. So you have those statements and those stereotypes coming out every day of our lives. But then I think everyone here, I think when I look at the people here, we have a lot of men here and compared to women. I think it also just a challenge to the men in here, just to bring your sister up, support your sister, support your mother or aunt, whoever, however you take it. For example, I'd like to applaud my boss in here. To be honest, when I joined, he was very, very supportive of me. So kudos to Mr. Chuma, he's here. Thank you.
Kudos, Mr. Chuma.
Deserves a freebie.
You deserve a freebie. No, that's great. Thank you so much for that, Louise. That was quite insightful, and I'm sure we have learned from your experience. Thank you so much, Kazai and Miriam. We spoke about being undermined, and we then we spoke about support systems. If I could just move on to Shodesai. Okay, Shodesai, how have you survived and thrived in a male-dominated industry? And what challenges have you faced? Given that Louise was talking about being undermined, etc. What challenges have you faced in this male-dominated industry? Thank you.
Thanks. All right. The first part was how did I manage to thrive? I think the ladies have really done justice to most of the things, but a lot of hard work, being intentional about my career. You find that, first of all, I was a software engineer, so I would be maybe the only female in a group of 30 or so men. And you feel you have to make your mark. So one of the things that one of the things that I did when I became a software engineer, I certified. And then I moved on to project management. I had to make sure that I certified so that whatever I did it properly. That is my mantra. But also a good support system at the office as well as at home was very key to part of my success and that continuous improvement. So I think that is what has helped me succeed up to the level I am right now. The challenges are many, and I could go for days speaking about those challenges. But some of the challenges that come up is the so-called boys' club. I don't think it's intentional, but it does happen that the men, they gravitate towards each other. They go and play sports, or they watch soccer together, and sometimes you are not part of that clique. So you sort of sometimes miss out on mentorship, networking, and opportunities because you're not part of that boys' club. So I really implore the men out there, as Louise said, that take pause and see if you're leaving out the women sometimes. So that's one of the biggest challenges that I see happening within these male-dominated fields. And then also sometimes the environment. You find that there are things that we as ladies are particular about that men take for granted. Like in the software industry, I've worn so many caps, software engineer, deployments, and so forth. So during deployment, you find that the project manager and everyone basically has to be there. And before, especially before COVID, you'd have to be at the office to deploy. And you can only deploy late hours. So you find that you're leaving the office maybe way past midnight. There was a time some years back, I had to drive at 3 a.m. and I was so scared. There's one scary thing. And then you find that maybe there are women who are wives. Sometimes it's not conducive for them to work in those hours, so they're sort of edged out of the career because of such things. So I also ask the decision makers, the process makers, to look into such things and come up with other ways of doing things. Because you see that, I think somebody said COVID was the father of all, I've forgotten, but change. So you find that when you really are taken to task, you make those changes. So I believe that there are so many things that can make women feel like they can't thrive in many male-dominated fields that we, I believe the policymakers should really take a look at and they can change. And as I said, I can go on and on and on about the challenges, but I want to really encourage the young ladies out there, and even the not so young ladies out there like myself, to take up project management. It is quite rewarding. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but what isn't? Any road, any place worth going to is not easy. So I really, really say, ladies, please take up the choice. And to the ladies here on the panel and the other ladies who are running things behind the scenes, take time to mentor the young girls out there. All right, so that's it for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was quite a passionate plea right there, and I actually felt it. I actually feel like I need to take up project management myself. So no, thank you so much for that. The challenges were quite, I felt, okay. You did go through the challenges, and I'm sure if we're going to ask even the rest of the ladies here to list down their challenges, they could come up with a lot. So I was reading somewhere that says that they get into their man cave, which was also referring to what you're saying, that they get into their men club, right? You said. So I suppose it's to all the men out there, when you're working with the ladies, please don't leave them out. Let's be team players, and rub her in whatever you guys are going to discuss. Just say for the bathrooms, but then rub her in everything that everything that you're going to be doing, and that's the mentoring. I'm sure that you're speaking to. People pick up nuggets each and every day, and as you speak, it's a learning process. So thank you so much for the challenges that you faced. But driving at 3 all by yourself, that can be something And you know, you also need to, I suppose the game of life is all about striking a balance. And when you strike a balance between a work-life balance, then you're also a well-rounded person when you get back to work to contribute. So, you know, when she was talking about the processes, you know, tweaking some things, because you by just the virtue and appreciation that she's a married woman, then there's some things that maybe could be changed in her favor. Yesterday also I was talking to Carl, and Carl was telling me that all of his life in project management, he faced a peculiar situation where the ladies came to him and they said they had a request, a very unique request to his career path. They said, can we please have a separate bathroom from the men's? So just that alone, you know, now you need to, as a project manager, you need to think, oh, okay, I need to shift things around. I need to accommodate, even if there are two ladies, I need to accommodate these two ladies, because surely we're not all from the same background, and some might just leave the door open, yet they're doing their business, and the lady barges in without knocking. Who knocks on a bathroom door anyway? So it's one of those that he was telling me he encountered, and I was just like, okay, so you know, we do have, it is a traditionally male-dominated space, and we do have certain things that we need to tweak to accommodate the ladies. Right, so did you want to say something again? You're okay, alrighty. So thank you so much for your contributions, shall I say. Let me just pass it on. Can you pass it on to Virginia? Virginia? 23 years.
Thank you. Morning, everyone. I will not dwell much on the gender issues. I just want to focus more on. I was fortunate, the organization where I've been for the past 23 years or 17 years, there is no discrimination. There is no special treatment because you are a lady. We are all equal in the face of the employer or whoever. So when I'm given my assignments, no matter that I'm a lady or this one is a male, everything is equal. So I don't want to dwell much on that. From my experiences, I want to dwell on why projects fail. And how can this board, the PMI said, Zimbabwean chapter, help organizations. You see that an organization itself is a project on its own. And most organizations fail because of inexperienced project managers leading the organizations or the projects. So for the projects to be successful, the project executives and even the board members, I think they should get some form of training, or they should be certified project professionals so that they deliver the projects successfully. An example is a project. You can have a budget for a project, but you see that the budget is there, but no feasibility studies have been taken, and someone expects that project to be successful. So you find that these are some of the challenges when projects are being run by non-experienced project managers. The other challenge is when organizations don't have change management structures in position. They buy expensive software and maybe automate their processes, but the structure remains the same. You have your old job description, but you have a new system, and that project or product will just fail because the leaders, they are not experienced as well. The other problem also is poor leadership. You find the executive manager just trying to micromanage, not giving the project manager space like to do his work in such a way that he goes to little things like planning the small resources like the fuels, who is going to do what, and the project manager is left with no decision making at all. So you find, if we look at our infrastructure development in Zimbabwe, that's why most of the projects you see, they are not so successful. The road is just built for a few kilometers. And if you ask why they haven't finished the other 10 kilometers, it's because of this interference with our executives interrupting the project engineers and doing the micromanagement instead of doing the strategic thinking and also being agile to, like we're saying, in this same high inflationary time period. Instead of those executives to concentrate on how we can improve on the supply of raw materials, how we can get funding, they are busy saying who is using this type of vehicle, who is going to do what. The list is just endless. But what I want from maybe this board is to make this project management a recognized profession within Zimbabwe and encourage the executives, the common CEOs, especially from the para-state house, to start recognizing this project management profession. Like they should empower their employees by sending them for training and certification, not just doing the Prince 2 attendance workshops, but just investing in human capital. They should have budgets to what can I say, to empower their employees. Then the other thing is organizational culture. When the organizations don't reward proactiveness, and innovativeness from the junior managers, you find that someone is just demotivated. You just come to work because you have the skill, you have the technical know-how, and most of the projects are repetitive. You just come to work because you want something for the family, but you don't go an extra mile to deliver what you are supposed to deliver. So I think it's enough for today, but request the president and the whole board to assist these organizations in Zimbabwe to start recognizing project management profession.
Hands, amen. It's powerful. So, Virginia, thank you so much. I suppose your years of experience in the industry has shown forth your experiences and your learnings in this industry, in this sector. And of essence, you spoke about micromanagement. You spoke about the morale being quite low. You spoke about just having the skill set, but then there's repetition. There's nothing new to do. So this speaks to value addition. So again, I think it was quite a worthwhile and honest contribution. When someone really delves down into the things that are least spoken about or the things that are camouflaged, then in my opinion, I think they're speaking about the real issues that are faced in the workplace. So thank you so much for articulating that, quite passionately, and bringing it out. When you hear when you hear an audience jeering, cheering, and also affirming you to say that's it, go deeper. They can recognize, they can relate to what you're talking about. So thank you so much for your contribution. Then just, you took the discussion just before my very eyes. You took it on another angle, which I enjoyed. You spoke about, the reasons why, you touched a bit about the reasons why projects fail, and you spoke about a feasibility study not being done properly. So maybe if we can just hear a bit more about that already, since you had taken that angle, if we can hear more. Ma'am, are you ready to maybe just articulate a bit more about why projects fail, your experiences and why projects fail? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I will highlight my journey, 2-year journey in project management. And I faced a lot of ups and downs in my journey. And I will start with the downs that I faced without particularly referring to why projects fail, but it's somehow related as well. Okay. As a project manager, in my organization, we have a fairly new department of PMO. So being new in the department and PMO being new in the organization, there were a lot of ups and downs. And as a project manager, I faced a lot of resistance from the team that were already running the projects. Some projects that I was allocated were already in execution stage. And being there as a female, and also trying to change the way of doing business, the way the projects were being handled or managed, there was a lot of resistance. There was resistance from some stakeholders, particularly the team members who were running the projects. They thought that this new project manager is there to steal our limelight. They also thought that the new project manager wants to change things just for the sake of changing. So they didn't take it lightly. They didn't welcome the new development or the changes. So I actually faced a lot of issues. There was also a lack of trust from some team members. So what I had to do to ensure that we deliver successful projects, I had to do a lot of stakeholder engagement. I had to, especially on the project that we're already running, I had to approach the stakeholders, try and understand their needs, also engage them and trying to ascertain their influences, their interests, and also their power, so that I know how to handle them. And for the team members, I had to engage on one-on-one meetings with the team members so that I try and explain the role of project management in our organization, so that I also try and teach them so that they have an understanding of project management. After that, there were some notable changes. When I took over managing some of the projects, I actually noticed that some projects didn't have timeframes, and sequencing of some activities was not properly done. So trying to introduce change to those teams was actually challenging. In practice, we actually went through the Chapman and Jensen ladder on team formation, from team formation to adjoining. But on storming stage, that was the most critical, challenging part that I encountered. So after stakeholder engagement and training of the team members, there was a shift in their mindset. They started appreciating role of project management. They started appreciating the value that I actually contributed. They saw some of the projects that we handled as a team that were successfully delivered, and they started. I started gaining support from the team members. So in a nutshell, I would say there's a lot of improvement in the way the team members, stakeholders, and even staff members appreciate project management. There's now that appreciation. I actually advocated for awareness, enhancing awareness of PMO in our organization, so that at least there is appreciation of project management. So this reduces failure in project management. Thank you.
Thank you. Quite insightful nuggets there, Eileen. Thank you so much, so much for that. And you had your pointers that we're speaking to how you can get a buy-in. For me, I can put an umbrella name to it to say, as a lady or as someone getting into a new space, how do you get a buy-in? And get them to be on your side, get them to understand that you're not there to steal their limelight, as you said. And yesterday I learned a new word, white whites, and the withholding information to enhance status. Yeah, for me that was wow. People do that because there's no trust, like you said. They. This lady, she's going to just take away my job. She's going to dim my light, so I need to dim hers so that mine shines brighter. Yet it's not the case. So thank you so much for that. I think when we get that buy-in, we will, go the long way, and our projects will not fail. And as the project manager, you've got everyone on the team. Even the cleaner will be talking about, no, this is our goal. This is where we're going. So thank you so much for weighing in, Eileen. Last but not least, let us just hear from the incoming VP. I saved this so that I could particularly say that the incoming VP VP in Finance for 2022. That's for PMI. So if you could just weigh in, I was reading an article that says that it's on PMI.org. It says that 70% of the members are male, then 30% are female. Then I know I've asked this question, but then it's just especially for you, in PMI. You are in PMI. So how have you survived and also thrived in that male-dominated industry, and what challenges have you faced?
Okay, well, for me, my experience was a bit different, but the challenges are well the same because it's still the same industry. I had a career switch from finance into project management, and project management, specifically construction projects. And that is a very male-dominated industry, if I might say. And I worked for a company which was a construction project management consultancy. And them getting into these major construction projects was a challenge. It was actually something that was deemed as a threat by the architects of the world. Because they say project management is our job. So you cannot manage a construction project if you are not an architect. Or better still, if you're not an engineer. So for me, being young, being a woman, and being black was more like a triple minority thing on me. I had a black tag on me to say, this one is going to fail. And I'd like to thank my employers because I had a huge support system like she was mentioning. My boss was a woman, she was female, and she had also gone through what I was going through. So she already knew the challenges. And at one time, I remember the sponsors, the customer actually, requested the CEO of our company to come and take over the project. And they were asked, why? Is there a problem? They said, no, not really, but would really appreciate if you, sir, can come and lead the project. Which was something very challenging to say, is there a problem? Is she incompetent or what? But they said, no, they couldn't just deal with someone who was a triple minority. So they said, it's either she leads the project or we drop the project. So that was huge support on my side. So it came with huge responsibilities as well to say, I don't have to mess up. So what helped me there was just knowing what you're doing there. Learn as much as you can about the project itself, because it can help you make decisions faster if issues arise, and issues will arise. in projects. So you have to be able to think on your feet, and you have to be able to decide quickly and to show your confidence sometimes, because people will try to undermine you as a woman, to say just because she's a woman, it seemed like a disability in that space. Like for real, it seemed like there's something wrong with you being there, and some decisions that you're supposed to make can be made in your absence. Like she was saying, in the men's club, the boys' club, the rugby games, everything, they can make decisions there without you. And you have to really be firm and remind everyone who you are there without being rude, but just being firm and respectful, and just you being the best that you can be, working as hard as you can so that you earn that respect. Because we as women, we go through a double scrutiny. We have to put in more effort and more, to do more than our male counterparts to prove ourselves. So I don't know if that's something that can change, but that is a real thing. We have to do more for our voices to be heard and for us to earn the respect that just comes naturally to the males in the industry. So just having a mentor and a support system and being unapologetic. Because I used to feel like, because I'm switching into this industry, I'm switching into this space, I don't have the civil engineering experience or qualification. I felt sorry for myself at first to say, I might not be able to I might not be making the right decision. Maybe this one is saying the right thing, but you know you're doing what is right. So I had to make a decision, an intentional decision, to stop being, to be unapologetic about my profession and my work, and that really helps. It really helped me a lot to strive. And yeah, it ended up making our projects very successful. And at the end of the day, we were all happy, and they all respected me, and they were all laughing at me at the end of the day to say, okay, we underestimated you. So women, you really have to stand your ground and know your stuff. You really have to be confident, work more, and yeah, hard work doesn't kill. Yeah.
She was last for a reason. Did you hear her wrapping it up for me? That was quite good. Thank you so much for concluding this session. I appreciate your closing remarks to be ending this discussion. All I can say is that Pane Basa, and it has to be done. You choose your career path, you own it. That which we spoke about, those characteristics that we spoke about, ladies, and also to the gents, the strong interpersonal skills, your grit, your ambition, and just the resilience to go in extra mile. Hard work never kills. So thank you so much for joining us for this discussion, and thank you so much for the ladies. If you may give them a round of applause for being in project management.
Free access to the Newsday, The Standard, The Zimbabwe Independent, and the Weekly Digest for a full month. Well, you can. And all you need to do is download the Newsday e-reader app on Google Play Store or scan the Newsday QR code in any of the AMH print publications and start enjoying the quality content. Usasaririrewe, famba ne time, famba ne chokwadi, famba ne e-paper.
Hello? Hello, Terry. Where are you? Hello? The meeting yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm actually trying to log in right now. You know we have a client. Yes, I'm sorry, my internet is bad. Can you give me 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes.
I had it first. It's mine. I had it first. It's mine. I had it first. It's mine. Dad!
Hey, kids, keep quiet.
Terisha, can you please disconnect for a bit? My internet is so slow. I need to download my modules. But my assignments are due today. Chiona manje ndakambozvitaura izvi titsvagirwa internet inonyatsoshanda kuti zvenyu zvisingashande izvi.
sandimiri zhonga iyoyo nenyaya yekushandisa zvemainternet zvemanga-manga. But it doesn't have to be like that. With packages starting from very low prices and ranging from capped to uncapped packages, it's such a breeze to work remotely, attend virtual meetings, move along with your e-learning classes, binge on your favorite sport or TV show, and keep your kids and guests entertained. Once our tech team gets on the ground, installation is quick and our support team is available on our call center or WhatsApp chat. Switch over to Utande LTE, our fast, reliable internet service.
Sign up today. Visit www.utande.co.zw or call us on 086 88 000 004. Terms and conditions apply. Utande, more than just broadband.
Are you looking forward to successfully managing your projects across all sectors, from mining, agriculture, IT, financial services, and a whole lot more? Ideal Solutions is the right place for you. We help you attain internationally recognized project management certification training in Project Management Professional, IGEL certification, Business Analysis, or PRINCE2. All this is to enable you to demonstrate your competitiveness through the application of proper project management methods tailored to suit your business environment, which is essential for organizational success. At Ideal, we take you through application process, training, bootcamp, and final exams. To enroll, email us on info@idealsolutions.co.zw or simply visit our website www.idealsolutions.co.zw. Ideal Solutions, the right place for you.
These are the paths to enhance your experience, build your network, and leverage all that PMI can offer to help you meet your goals. For individuals, the project economy means that you need the right skills and mindset to turn ideas into reality, no matter what type of initiative you are working on. For organizations, it means that decision makers need to understand how to staff teams with the right skills to deliver value and drive strategic outcomes. At PMI, we view the world through this new, future-focused lens, and we want your PMI membership to be a significant part of empowering you to make your projects a success and your ideas a reality. Get started, and we will see you around the community. And remember, if you have a question, you can contact us via phone, chat, or email, and we will be happy to help. Or you can use PMI Customer Care via Alexa. Visit pmi.org and click on the contact button for more details.
Save big on your motor vehicle insurance with Mover Pay As You Drive, your motor vehicle insurance that lets you pay the premiums you deserve according to your driving behavior, such as speed, acceleration, mileage, and braking. Here are some of the benefits you'll enjoy with Mover Pay As You Drive. Your premiums are based on your driving behavior. Should you be involved in an accident, the vehicle tracking device will immediately send a signal to Mover, and a Mars ambulance and a tow vehicle will be sent for help. If you're not hospitalized, Mover will get you free via instantly to take you home. In case your car is stolen, the data collection device installed in your car also works as a tracker. And what's more, the tracker comes for free without any monthly subscriptions. Register for Mover Pay As You Drive insurance today and get the premiums you deserve. Simply email underwriting@cassavasmarttech.co.zw or contact your broker. For more information, visit www.mover.co.zw. Mover, your cover on the go. Whenever I need to pay for something, chat or connect with a group of people, socialize, watch or listen to great content, access global and country services, connect on Wi-Fi, or travel without any hassle, I bank on Sasai, the all-in-one app that does it all. Sasai. Pay, chat, explore. They say I'm picky, but that's just me. I like my things in a certain way. A way that mirrors who I am. If it's not just about right, I don't want it. If it doesn't suit my lifestyle, I don't want it either. Some may call it finicky, but I call it knowing exactly what I want. That's why I have EcoSure Insurance that does everything just the way I like it.
EcoSure, uphenyu wakarongeka, impilo ehlelekileyo.
Welcome to PMI, the world's leading project management organization. Congratulations on becoming a PMI member, a choice that puts you in the best possible position to meet your goals and be successful in the world of project management. Primarily due to advances in technology, the way we work has changed. Organizations and people are increasingly centered around a portfolio of projects. Consequently, at PMI, we're broadening our focus from project management to a world in which people and organizations take on various roles and approaches to deliver products, projects, and value streams. We call this new way of working the project economy. In fact, 79% of executives agree that the future of work will be based more on specific projects than roles. As a result, research suggests that 22 million new jobs are expected to be created in the project management labour force by 2027. So how can becoming a PMI member help you? First of all, it says something about you. It signifies that you are serious about your project management career and your professional development. It highlights dedication, but beyond the enhanced credibility, it will also really get you moving. Because as the world leader in project management practices, advocacy, education and research, PMI provides the most extensive and valuable range of knowledge and career resources available anywhere in the world. As a PMI member, you now have access to all of these resources, as well as access to local and global communities, opportunities to grow and give back to the profession, and money-saving discount rewards and perks. The chance to excel in your work and continuing career has never been greater. And it's not just you that stands to benefit. Your membership also benefits the organisation you work for, as they too are rewarded by your development of core skills, increased efficiency, access to time-saving resources, increased global connectivity, and the application of standards and knowledge that have consistently been proven to increase the chances of project success. Now we want to ensure that you know how to access all of your tools and resources so you can get involved, get inspired, and get exactly what you need when you need it. First, it's important to take some time to complete your PMI profile. By doing this, you'll enjoy a much more personal experience and be able to easily access all the benefits that PMI membership offers. It's simple. Visit pmi.org and log in with your username and password. Once you're logged in, click on My PMI, where you can access your dashboard and complete your profile. Questions along the way? PMI has representatives ready to help you at all times, via phone, email, or online chat. Alternatively, you could do this. Alexa, open PMI Customer Care. PMI Customer Care via Alexa can be accessed by enabling the PMI Customer Care Alexa skill through any Amazon Alexa-enabled device, giving you access to many helpful services, such as FAQs. Once your profile is complete, we can provide you with information tailored to your preferences. My PMI becomes your go-to page for details on upcoming events, webinars, the status of your PMI certifications, the PDUs you've earned in your current certification cycle, and for knowledge resources on up to 14 different topics that support your informational needs and expand your knowledge. From the My PMI dashboard, you'll also be able to learn more about certification and find the certifications that best suit your professional development. The career-enhancing value of PMI certification is something we will look at shortly. But for now, it's worth mentioning that if you've applied for a certification, your My PMI dashboard will let you know your application status. One of the most impactful benefits of becoming a PMI member is that you are now connected to the knowledge, experience, and ideas of more than 600,000 other members just like yourself. The door is now open to you to engage with your fellow members in a myriad of ways, both locally and globally. One of the best ways to start networking and building contacts is to locate, join, and become involved with your local chapter. PMI has over 300 chapters globally, and there are many opportunities for you and your professional development when you become involved. Attend chapter meetups where you'll be able to connect with your peers, make new contacts, take advantage of PDU opportunities, and receive guidance from other certified, experienced project managers who can offer knowledge and advice to new members. Engage with other like-minded project managers who understand local considerations and can help you find solutions to issues you may be facing. By building a local network and gaining insider connections at companies in your area, you will have access to the inside track on any relevant opportunities that may be coming up. Become part of an inner circle of local project managers and make connections with people in your area who are driving the field of project management forward, from those just starting out to those at the top of their careers. Enjoy exclusive local chapter events and seminars, such as special guest talks, where you can learn how to approach new challenges from people who have faced similar obstacles in the past. To find your local chapter, visit the membership section of pmi.org and navigate to the local chapters page. Once logged in, you'll see a suggested nearby chapter to join, which will be recommended based on your current IP address. It's a move that could have far-reaching positive benefits in both your professional and personal life.
Usasari